mountains are still being moved.
How to get your soil to be healthy for free, fast. You can see this soil. This was regular soil that I worked on. Inside here is some blended kitchen scraps that I'm going to use to demonstrate to you what I'll be doing. I have me some coffee grounds in here. We're going to talk further about that. And I have me some kitchen scraps. So you can use any skin or leftover from your fruits and vegetables. Welcome and welcome back to another Gardening with Stacey. Thank you all so much for tuning in, my new gardening family. Welcome on board, my faithfulers. I appreciate you all. God bless you all. All right, so just to dive deeper into all of this, what I'm sharing with you now. Alright, so like you know, these are kitchen scraps. So if you're used to throwing out your kitchen scraps, stop it. No. Right now. Alright, so yes, if you have never started doing it, this is the best natural fertilizer ever for your garden. I kid you not. I not just bury kitchen scraps in my garden or in my containers, raised bed, in-grown, whatever the case is. I also make my liquid fertilizer from kitchen scraps. Kitchen scraps, pour water on it, let it sit a week, rich liquid fertilizer ready to be used. Alright, so this is the blended version of this that I have right here. Now, you don't have to blend it. However, blending it kickstarts the breakdown process. And so it will definitely break down quicker if you blend them. I especially recommend blended kitchen scraps for your containers unless you're going to cut up your kitchen scraps finely and bury them. Because for your containers, remember, not just the wiggly worms are going to try to get to them. All right, you're going to have other insects that will want to get to them. So if you bury them in your container as large as this, whether chickens or something is going to try to dig into it because it is easily accessed. If you chop them up finely and you bury them nicely, you stand a better chance of them not getting in your containers and disrupting your plants. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. All right, so yeah, so if you don't have the time to chop them finely, this is the best way out and the quickest, easiest, in my opinion. All right, but to have a lot of containers, for me, with so many containers, it is quite easier for me to just, when I use them at the time, I just cut them up same time and store them in the fridge. I could blend them up same time, but I'm not up for that. That's the truth. I'm not up for that every moment. It is quicker for me to just get them chopped up than to chop them up, then add to the blender, then plug in the blender, then add water, then turn it on, then blend it, then throw it out, then wash out the blender. You get me? So for me, I can't bother with all of that each time I use my kitchen scraps. So to just cut them up, put them in a bag, put them in the fridge, I'm done. What I would do is just blend one big bulk at a time. When I had a smaller garden, I didn't have an issue with that. But now, I can't do it for every plant at one given time. So I would do it from time to time when I have the time. Get me? Yeah. I don't chop them up for ingrown. You can just go ahead and bury them. Alright? So more about the coffee grounds. Coffee grounds. It is not hard to get. If you know a coffee shop, go to that coffee shop and ask them to store their coffee grounds for you. It is of no use to them unless the staff do gardening and they store it for themselves. They usually throw it out. Starbucks always save them. I remember when Starbucks just came and I started asking them for coffee grounds, they were a little, why would you need that? But then they start get used to me and they asked me, I told them what I use it for. And lo and behold, they start to save it. I kid you not. I'm not trying to get any praise. I'm telling you as is. Alright, so they usually do it abroad, not in Jamaica. When they just came, I was on them. And yeah, they start to wrap them. That's in Ligani. And if anybody from the Ligani Starbucks who is still there and knows Stacey, who always come to get the coffee grounds, they can attest to it. They weren't storing it until. All right, so yeah, and I can tell you one thing from my daughter go to Starbucks and she see coffee grounds. All when she not feeling well, even if a 2 bag, 3 bag, she'll take them up. She's going to take them home for me. She don't leave me out when it comes to the coffee grounds. Alright, so what's the reason for using the coffee grounds? Coffee grounds is rich in nitrogen and other secondary nutrients that your plants desire. Alright, but using it in your containers, it not just provide your soil and your plants by extension those nutrients. It attracts those little wiggly worms to your containers, your raised beds are ingrown, right? And you need those wiggly worms to help you break down your kitchen scraps you bury in your containers. So yes, they'll break down the coffee grounds, break down the kitchen scraps, and provide you castings as well. So it's a win-win situation. Get me? So get your hands on some coffee grounds. As everything breaks down, your soil is healthy as ever. I'm telling you. Alright, so I love to bury some manure as well in my containers. So whether horse manure, chicken manure, rabbit manure, goat manure. You want to make sure that the horse manure, the chicken manure, they are dried properly, well cured. Alright, the rabbit manure and the goat manure, well, the goat manure, let it dry. Let it dry. Let it cure as well. Cold manure, but in my opinion, let it dry. Alright, but the rabbit manure, you can use it right away. No, if you realize that you want to do some planting, you don't have money for soil, but you have some dirt, or you have some soil, but it is not nutrients rich, what you can do is to get those containers ready, bury your kitchen scraps, bury your manure with your coffee grounds, and leave it for at least 2 weeks. If you can blend them, even better, right? And let it stay there for even 2 weeks. And then you get to planting. It may not break down fully altogether completely, but at least your plants will get a good start. And as time progresses, it continues to break down, and those wiggly worms will make you castings in the meantime. All right, don't let the soil that you have around stop you from growing your food. I prefer to grow in containers or raised beds. I can manage my soil better in terms of nutrients and so forth. Well, I get used to containers and raised beds, so it's much easier for me naturally. All right, but ingrown, you can just bury them just the same and it will work just the same for you. It's just that containers and raised beds are on a more contained level, so you better manage your soil that way. My experience, my opinion. All right, of course, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. If you have any suggestions or anything else to add, please drop them in the comments. I look forward to them, and thank you so much in advance. All right, so I'm going to take you closer and show you exactly how I go about burying my scraps, my manure, my coffee grounds. So you can use any skin or leftover from your fruits and vegetables. You can store them in a plastic bag in the fridge until you're ready for them, so that they don't get maggots and so forth before you're ready to use them. Alright, so you can use them like this, or you can cut them finer so they break down quicker. When you blend the kitchen scraps, it kickstarts the breakdown process, so it breaks down way faster than cutting them up and burying them. Alright, so as I have the soil right here, I can just dig holes like so. If I had a plant right here, I would just dig a hole right here like so and pour some of it inside there. But seeing that no plants are in there, I will just do this. Push them aside. push the soil aside like so. These I would cut them up finer, right? I wouldn't add them like this for the reasons I mentioned. So like if you're leaving them for a whole season, you don't have to cut them up. You can just add them as is. But for the containers, what I mentioned earlier, yes, I would cut them up. So like sizes like these, bite sizes, right? And I would just add them in. All right, so this is what I'm really adding, the blended one inside here. And you just add it, spread it a little. And I just add the manure. This is just for demonstration. I would probably do one side first and then cover it and then do another side and cover it. But I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Alright, and then you don't have to do it in any particular order. I am just doing my thing. You add the coffee grounds and then you just bury. And there you go. What you will do now is continue to water it and keep it moist to enhance the breakdown process. Alright. So I am going to leave this for maybe a week. Seeing that they're in the middle right here, I can even plant around it like so and let this continue to break down in here, right? Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do. All right, so I'm just going to give you one example. I leave my shovel. Anyways, I'll use my hand for this. You just dig a little hole, right? Dig like these corns that are transplanted here already. All I need to do is to just come and do this. If it was a tree, the same thing. Up. And you just add some, like so. You can add a little coffee ground as well. And you can do that throughout the row. Right? So what you can do if you have a big garden like me, you can do them little by little. Today, in the morning, you do a portion. In the evening, you do another portion. If you miss another day, that's fine. And you just do that. You don't have to do it one time. Over time, it will break down. Cover and leave. This is where I leave you for today. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, walk good.
Come garden with me now, man.
And what a nice place to live. Sweet jam.